Hello everyone. Fortune. Today I'm going to talk about the REI Flash Air 50 backpack. Ultralight. A little background for those of you who have not been following me or know what kind of gear I use. Over the last 3 years of thru hikes, 5 thru hikes in all, plus numerous hundreds of mountain summits and just trails in general. I have used the Flash 55 of REI, 2 different generations. Last year's generation came out, and then the year before that, actually it might have been 2 years before that. I used both of those. There were some differences from last generation to the one before that, mainly a few differences in pockets and such, but it was primarily the same, except for there was a torso adjustment. This year, I believe in July, they came out with this, or they launched it. This is their version of an ultralight backpack. Apparently, there was some surveys and a lot of information taken from thru-hikers on what they would like to see in a backpack, and they put a lot of that into this. So I'm going to talk about it today, as I have picked it up and I just used it on the Art Loeb Trail. Just came off yesterday, and I am absolutely loving this, and I want to talk more about it and some of the differences and some of the things that I like and some of the things that maybe I don't like quite as much. So first off, one thing I want to mention before I get into the details of it, the Flash 55. Again, this is not the Flash 55, this is the Flash Air 50. One of the things that it has on it is a brain that goes over the top for a rain cover, basically, or something that you could put another item up on top of it. This does not have that. That doesn't matter to me, because on the Flash 55s, I actually took the brains off of both of them. They were, you were able to cut some weight by taking the brains off, and the hip pockets as well, the hip belt pockets. The brain doesn't even come on this, so that's part of the reason why it's lighter. This is actually about a pound lighter than the Flash 55, so it's right around 2 pounds, while the other one, or actually a little less than 2 pounds, and the other one was right a little bit less of 3 pounds. Both are very light packs, but good packs. I love the Flash 55. I loved it. It was going to take something special to be better than that. And this is the same outside the company, at a different company. I probably wouldn't have liked as much as I do the Flash 55. I'm a big fan of the Flash 55 product. So I wanted to check this out because it was 5 less liters, thus the 55 and the 50. 55 liters versus 50 liters. So it's a little less capacity inside to hold things. That does not hurt me in the least bit. When I did the Appalachian Trail thru hike this year, I actually used a smaller bear can than I have in prior years. So I actually always had about this much room at the top, which is much more than 5 liters. So with the roll top on the top of the pack, I was able to pull that down quite a bit. So I know I'll have plenty of room in here for any thru hikes that I go on. And if I don't, there's an option for that, and I'll show that to you when I'm showing you the backpack. But it's a beautiful pack. I love the coloring of it. Let me show you a little bit more detail of the pack now. All right, take a look at this design first of all. That is awesome. At least I like it. Not everybody's gonna like it. It only comes in one color that I know of, and it's this kind of like a medium gray with the white plaid lines. It's almost like I don't know if that's like a thread in there or not. It feels like a little bit different material than the Flash 55, but not by much. It's not too much different on the material itself, but it does wick the water. It is somewhat water resistant, not really waterproof. As you know, there's not many things that are waterproof. With enough water, everything gets wet. I use a size medium myself. I have a 19-inch torso, and this fits me just fine. As you can see, this is a beautiful pack. I love it. The Flash 55 last year generation came in a darker forest green and a gold. I like both of those as well. I had the forest green. Let's go to the first thing here. Right here was a torso adjuster on the other one. So
how that comes in handy is if you're like maybe an 18-inch to a 19.5-inch, that could be a little bit different torso, but still in a medium pack. So that allowed you to adjust it. I never adjusted mine. It was always the right size with the medium, so I did not need that. That obviously saves weight itself. As you can see, it's a roll top, so it rolls down. But one thing that's a lot different than the other one, like I said, the brain is not on here. I took the brain off anyway, but this did not, or no, it was on the Flash 55. This, though, was not a part of the Flash 55, but it is part of the 50. So basically, this is a buckle that wraps around here on this side, comes over here. So what that allows you to do is if you need to put something up top, you have the capabilities of doing that. So for instance, if I have like a bear can, for instance, inside the pack, and then I want to carry something, maybe some more food on the outside with a bit smaller bear sack or whatnot, I can do that without having to get the extra large bear can, since the capacity is 50 on the inside. You have this front pocket here. This is where I normally keep like water filters and stuff like that. Like my rain jacket will go up here. Before, it had a buckle like right here that this would like tie down to, almost where this is. It would buckle down there as well, a totally different buckle. So that would hold this taut, so you know things wouldn't fly out. But now they just have like a little pull cord on it. Again, a lighter design. So I like that a lot. The side pockets, and this is where I keep my tent. I keep my tent on one side. It's an ultralight tent, so it doesn't take up too much weight. And then on the other side is where I will normally put my poles and stakes. And, you know, if I have my tripod with me for recording video, I'll have that over there as well. Again, that had a buckle system on it. Oh, let me hold this camera back. That had a buckle system on it before. Now it just has a pull cord. So you would slide the tent through. I don't know if I could do this with one hand. There we go. Loosen that up. You could slide the tent through here, and then you just simply have to pull it like so. So that's a cool design. This seems like it might be a little lower. Seems like the other one was more up here. Same things with the cup holders, I noticed on the Art Loeb. Seems like the bottles hang out a little bit. The Smart Water bottles hang out a little bit more than they did on the Flash 55. That does not bother me in the least bit, because I did test that, and every time I bent over or anything like that, it never caused a problem. But here's the other thing. It looks like there's a pull cord. I didn't have to use it, but yep, you got both pull cords right here as well to tighten that up, to hold those bottles in a little better. But with the Smart Water bottle, they seem to work just fine. They didn't fall out or anything. These hip pockets here are fairly large, so you could fit a lot of information, a lot of different things inside there. I had, that's where I keep my sunglasses or, you know, eyeglasses, reading glasses. Then usually on the other side, I have my sanitizer or things that I'm going to need to grab, like toilet paper, that kind of thing. You also have this pocket up here. A lot of times I use this for my toiletry, you know, and my pocket knife always stays in there as well. Things that I will need pretty quickly. As you can see, this is mesh, so it's not going to be waterproof at all. These are not. So these are waterproof here, and that's on both sides. So you would have a good amount of protection in there from anything wet. This is my favorite part of the Flash 55 and Flash 50, or Flash Air 50, and they kept that the same, and that's the water bottle, you know, drink holders there, because they're literally right at your arms. You don't have to twist or turn, which for someone like me who has osteoporosis, anything I could do to stop from twisting and turning is always going to be a good thing. You have these right wherever they are. Maybe you don't have anything. I'm trying to find it. Okay, so these right here, these all kind of loop out. So like if you want to hang things from it, you can do that right here. Like some people want to hang, you know, their pots or pans or anything like that. You could do that if you choose to do that. That's where I hang my tags for my through hikes and so forth, is from there. But you can use that for anything you want. Obviously, this is a great benefit right here to be able to hold it down, you know, if it's loose and, you know, it doesn't flop around, but also more importantly, so you could put something up there. I really like that a lot. So this is the pack in general. Very comfortable. The mesh on the back helps keep you cool down a little bit. Obviously, it's never going to keep you cool down completely, but I have used Hyperlight in the past and my back got so hot in those. This keeps it quite a bit cooler and it's very comfortable on the back. This is comfortable up to about 25 pounds. It is an ultralight backpack, so if you go more than 25 pounds, you're probably going to have an issue like I had on the Flash 50, where you could end up having a squeak when you walk because of the fact that it's kind of pushing its limits. So really you want to use this if, you're ultralighting it. You don't have a heavy sleeping bag, you don't have a heavy pad, you're not taking everything at the kitchen sink, and you're just really going out there, trying to keep things as minimal as possible. Here's the handle to pick up the pack with. I think I pretty much showed you everything that's important here. I would highly recommend it though.
It's a great pack and it's very light. I had my base weight to about 13 or 14 pounds last year, and a pound or two of that was in things that are not necessities like a tripod and so forth because of the YouTube channel and the recording of videos. Now just knocked another pound off with this backpack. It's a little bit on the pricier side. It's about $100 more than the Flash 55. I don't even know if they're making the Flash 55 now, to be honest. They might have replaced it with this. But at a $300 price tag, at the full price, it's still a lot better than a lot of the other ultralight ones out there. I think it gives a run for the money of the Hyperlights and anything else. And to be honest, in my opinion, it's better. I like my cup holders, my drinks to be right here, where I'm just like, much easier than, or having a cup holder up here. It always feels like it's right up against my face, especially with the beard. And I'm not a big fan of that. Everything fits good, the shoulder straps, everything gets nice and tight. I would definitely get measured first just to make sure you're getting the right size. You could do that at any REI I know, or you could do it yourself if you know how to do it. Just Google it. Basically, you're going from the crest of your hip bone all the way to the big bone that sticks out in your neck up there. I believe it's called the iliac or something like that, right up here at the crest, and that line, it goes across to there. And that's going to tell you the size of your torso, which tells you the size of the bag. I would highly recommend it. It's obviously going to be different for different people. It's going to depend on your body size, but I would definitely recommend checking it out. It's a great pack, and I am going to love being on my next thru hike in the many mountains in my near future with this pack before it wears out on me and I have to get a new one. But 2 thumbs up, and remember, live life.